Miss Transformers 96 here with another Force Friday video. This time I'm going to be talking about some of the Black Series figures that we can expect to see on Force Friday this year for Star Wars The Force Awakens. So this is quite exciting. Now I'm not quite sure if this is the rumored first wave of the Black Series for The Last Jedi. These are just some figures that were shown. Usually waves of usually waves of Black Series, especially the first waves, consists of 5 figures, so this would make sense as the first assortment and the one that will be available on Force Friday this year. There have been rumors circulating that this year, Force Friday, they'll release the first 2 waves and not just one like they have the past 2 years. However, that's not confirmed, at least from what I know, so it's possible these will be the only Black Series figures released on September 1st. However, there is a chance there could be a whole nother wave or maybe just a couple more figures. So that is quite exciting. So let's talk about it here. I'm going to go in depth between Kylo Ren and the new Finn because those are the two that are most substantially changed. Obviously Luke is a completely new figure and Rey has a lot of new parts, but I did make videos talking about them when they were first shown at San Diego Comic-Con, so I'll just be briefly touching on them. Just going over the ones that we've kind of already talked about. There's Luke. I think he looks very nice. I think the head sculpt's quite good. I do like the whole hoodie section. I just don't think that the hoodie's going to lay particularly well. But the figure itself does look very nice. A little bummed that he doesn't come with any sort of accessory. I would assume that he'll use a lightsaber at some point, even if he's just using it to show Rey. So it would be nice if he came with a lightsaber. But overall, that figure does look very nice, and it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to. Then there's Rey. Rey is, I'm not sure if it's 100% new sculpt. The arms could be reused and the top torso. The bottom section is definitely new though. Everything's new there. So I'm not quite sure how much is new with her, but she does look very nice. The face sculpt looks decent, not amazing, but it looks good. And then she does come with a nice assortment of weapons, finally with a lightsaber, which is so important. Then we have Darth Vader. I believe that there's nothing new between this Darth Vader and the one that is in that pack that comes with a display stand for $40. I believe it's the same thing, but I might be wrong on that, but I believe it's the same thing. I've been waiting. I didn't buy that pack specifically because I heard that he would be released in a single assortment, and that's what I want. I definitely want Darth Vader for my collection, and I've been waiting for this release, so this is definitely the one that I'm going to get. Going over the more interesting ones being the completely new sculpts, we have Kylo Ren and Finn. Starting off with Kylo Ren, he's looking quite nice. I do like his head sculpt. As far as I'm aware, that is a completely new head sculpt from the unmasked version that was released with Rogue One. So that does look quite nice. His costume itself does look very cool. It's a little less, it's less cool than the one from The Force Awakens. However, it still does look pretty nice. His cape looks like it flares out to the right quite a lot. In the pictures of him out of package, it looks very extreme. So I'm hoping that it will lay kind of naturally in person. I'm hoping it's just the production images that make it look strange. He does come with his lightsabers, of course, and overall looks like a good figure. The thing that really bothers me is that I don't see the scar on his face. As you can see, even from the packaging art, he has the scar, and he's going to have the scar throughout The Last Jedi, or considering he gets it at the end of The Force Awakens. So he definitely needs a scar on his face, and it would be another way to make it even more different than the previous releases of Kylo Ren. So that's something that I think is completely necessary. The figure itself doesn't look tremendously fun just because we have other versions of him, and I would argue other versions that look cooler. So although I love Kylo Ren and I definitely love villains, I'm not as excited for this one as I should be, basically. But I am still, somewhat excited for him, and no matter what, I'm definitely going to get the Kylo Ren figure, the new one. Then there's Finn. Now, Finn's really interesting. He's in his First Order disguise, which I think is quite cool. It'll be nice to see him kind of infiltrate the First Order, especially since he actually used to, work for them for real. So that's kind of neat. He comes with a hat. As far as I know, the hat is not removable. I wish it was, though. I'm hoping it is removable. But his First Order outfit does look very cool. And if you wanted to make some customs, this is a perfect kind of officer outfit to to use for your custom. So that could be pretty cool. I definitely like that. I love the fact that he comes with the riot baton in extended version, because the one that we got for the riot trooper was closed up, which is so much less intimidating and cool. So to have an open one is amazing. I'm definitely going to give that to my riot control trooper. Because I love that trooper anyway. So to give him the proper weapon is going to be so nice. But I think that is actually a really nice way to do Finn, because the first Finn was a massive peg warmer, and this is a great way to do the same character, but make him exciting. And I would argue that I'm almost most excited for this Finn figure. I have to say, the entire assortment itself, there's nothing here that I go like, oh, I cannot wait to get that. All of these figures I do definitely want. I want the entire wave, but I only just, I just want them. I'm not like dying for them. I'm not super excited, which is definitely disappointing. So I am hoping that there's a wave 2, and that there's characters in that wave that will get me excited, like troopers, the executioner troopers, and the new royal guards and Snoke. Those are the characters and the figures that would really get me really excited, and just absolutely couldn't wait for a Force Friday. A lot of these are just updated versions of characters that we already have, and some of them are not updated even that much. And then there's Luke. Luke is like the only like solidly new character and figure, and even that, he's rather boring because he doesn't come with anything. He doesn't even come with like a Force using hand or anything like that. So because of that, I think that this wave is kind of lackluster. It checks all the boxes of what you need in a first wave and everything, but personally, there's no wow factor to this wave for me personally. I do plan to get them all though. The first wave of Force Friday figures is always the one that becomes very inexpensive later on. So maybe there's 1 or 2 of these that I'd wait on. But for the Force Awakens and Rogue One, I've been able to get the first wave on a discount on Force Friday. So assuming that I can still get it for a bit of a discount, I will definitely be picking up this entire wave on Force Friday, or at least ordering it on Force Friday. Usually, I always go into Toys R Us, and I never can get a single Black Series figure, because there's always so many people there, and they barely get any assortments of the first wave, which is definitely disappointing. So, but I always do order them online. The first year I ordered them through Amazon. The second year I ordered them through Toys R Us, and both times I was able to get them for 20% off. So that is definitely my plan again for this year. And again, like I said, I am hoping that there is more than this just released. This is fine, but it would be really cool if they did release a second assortment as well. And I'm hoping that second assortment has some more figures in it that are a little bit more exciting than this. So there you go. That's my thoughts on these new Black Series figures to be released on Force Friday. We have Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren, Rey, Finn, and Darth Vader. Let me know what you guys think of these figures, and thanks so much for watching.